McLaren revealed their 2023 Challenger in a live event on February 13th at the McLaren Technology Center in Woking. The team also celebrated its 60th anniversary since its founding by Bruce McLaren during the event, hence the car's name, the MCL60. The MCL60, or the MCL60, marks the team's bold new engineering direction. However, some team members' revelations at the launch surprised many. What are these revelations and who made them? What does the car look like? And why do I ask so many questions? Let's find out. The MCL60 features McLaren's signature papaya orange livery, which is similar to its predecessors. It also has some blue or more black areas compared to last year's car, with the latter resulting from the removal of paint from the car, leaving it with bare carbon fiber in an effort to reduce the car's weight. The livery isn't the only thing that's changed about the car, though. There's also a new side pod design. The space around the front of the side pods and floor inlets has been increased to feed air to the powerful underfloor Venturi tunnels that generate so much of the downforce on these ground effect cars. As a result of this design, the airflow leaving the car's front is conditioned more aggressively and fed more effectively into the underfloor and around the side pods, potentially resulting in a more consistently effective floor. McLaren is clearly aiming for consistent downforce, which can be more valuable than peak downforce, which is hard to obtain. This design is largely borrowed from Red Bull's RB18 design that made it dominant in the second half of last season, explaining why teams like Williams, Alfa Romeo, and AlphaTauri and McLaren have copied it. The new side pod design has made more room for significant changes to the floor fences at the Venturi tunnel entrances. The floor fences on the MCL60 feature a more stretched forward shape compared to those of last year's car. Every team on the grid is paying close attention at these vanes at the front of the floor this year because they're critical to optimizing the airflow that's fed into the underfloor and around the side pod. This also implies that the internals of the side pods have been repackaged. But these are fundamentally similar to the direction that McLaren gradually took with last year's car, particularly with the upgrades introduced at the Singapore and French Grand Prix. Other aspects of the car, such as engine cover, floor edges, front wing, and nose, resemble last year's design. In general, the MCL60 appears to be more similar to the specifications of last year's design, the one that was difficult to drive that the team finished the season with. All that remains is for the season to begin so that we can see if there's going to be any significant changes to the car. However, the team has stressed that we should expect to see the same launch car at preseason testing, so don't expect significant changes to the car in Bahrain. The new team principal, Andrea Stella, even revealed that significant developments on the car should be expected around the fourth race of the season, the Azerbaijan Grand Prix at the end of April. So, is this the car that McLaren had hoped for? Some team member statements during the launch suggest that the car may not be everything the team had hoped for. In simpler terms, we can't say that the MCL60 isn't fully baked. Sorry, the MCL60, I know you're mad. What are these statements and who made them? Gosh darn. While talking about the new car, team principal Andrea Stella stated, "Assessing our performance last year and looking at competitors, we identified multiple areas of opportunity. The good news is that pretty much all of them have been addressed. There are some other areas of the car that will be impacted by the developments in the early stages of the season. We are happy. Not entirely happy with the launch car, but optimistic that we should take a good step soon." Stella's statement suggests a lack of confidence in the new car, which is surprising given that he's the team boss. In terms of performance expectations, we remain realistic for the short term, added Stella. This is a clear indication that McLaren's start to the season might just be challenging, despite the fact that they've addressed the majority of the areas that needed improvement from last year's performance, like how the car interacts with the tires. In relation to Stella's statements, I can't help but think that the team's star driver, Lando Norris, also hinted at a slow start for the team during the launch in a statement. "No matter how we start the season, I want to believe that it's going to be better than last year because last year was a very tough start," said Norris. Do you concur with me on this? Let me know in the comment section below. Andrea Stella must have made his statement with a very sensible reason, so what was it? McLaren may have made many developments on their 2023 car, but there are some areas where they haven't fully capitalized on the developments, and this will see them losing performance during the season. This was revealed by Stella during the launch, where he stated, "While we're happy with the development of the car in most of the areas, there are some areas in which we realize some really strong directions a little too late. I just invoke realism. Normally, you need to be totally at the top of what you can do to achieve your targets. While it's difficult to determine how far behind the team as a result is, it suggests McLaren is at least starting the year with a more basic version of the same key elements on this car. What other factors are disadvantageous to the McL60's performance? The working-based team doesn't have its own operational wind tunnel. Instead, they rely on an outdated Toyota wind tunnel in Cologne, Germany. This disadvantages the team when it comes to car development. The team is now in the final stages of developing a new wind tunnel and simulator, which is expected to be operational later this year. This means that the tunnel's effect will be felt less on the McL60 and more on the 2024 car, before making a huge impact on the 2025 car. So what does this imply for the team this year? McLaren will enter the 2023 campaign looking to climb back up the constructors' standings after dropping from 3rd to 4th in 2021 and from 4th to 5th in 2022, losing out to Alpine in the battle to be the best in the midfield behind Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. The team is playing catch-up after a slow start to the 2022 technical regulations, and this year feels like a bit of trendy water for a team that has lost some upward momentum. Andrea Stella is not entirely happy with the McL60, but he's optimistic that the new wind tunnel, manufacturing facility, and simulator will have an impact on their race to finish 4th in the title race this season. We also have some more high-level developments ongoing in the team. I would like to remind you of the importance of getting the new wind tunnel, which should come to fruition around mid-year. This should be a step change for many reasons. Not only does it improve our methodologies, there's also a new simulator coming. We have a manufacturing facility, so large investments should come to fruition mid-year, and it should be an extra boost in the race to becoming top 4 over the season. Stella stated, Lando Norris remains upbeat about the season despite Stella's warning. While speaking during the launch, Norris stated, the off-season has been good, but I'm looking forward to getting back on track and behind the wheel of a McL60 for the first time. The new car looks great, and everyone involved in the build has played an important role. He's hopeful that he'll have a better car in Bahrain than he did in the season opener last year, where he finished 15th due to brake issues. I think from where we are now, a realistic and successful year would be to still take some big steps forward. We're ambitious, and we still want to do that, Norris said, but no matter how we start the season, I want to believe that it's going to be better than last year, because last year was a very tough start. He added, he also expresses his hopes for McLaren to finish 4th in the constructors' standings this season, which is their only realistic goal given that they're not on the same level as Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Finally, what does the car launch mood suggest? The mood at McLaren's launch was gloomy, with the team sounding a little more negative than thought, at least for the start of the season. The words realistic and optimistic don't exactly show the confidence of the new team boss. Normally, teams discuss future upgrade packages after a disappointing first race, or 3, not at the launch event. It's a concerning attitude to display at the car's launch event, it's just suggesting that Stella is preparing his excuses for the 2023 season. At launch events, teams are typically overwhelmingly positive. It's not uncommon for teams to manage expectations during car unveilings, but even by those standards, McLaren's tone was noticeably pessimistic. The fact that the team doesn't appear to be confident of winning the midfield battle is telling. The absence of McLaren's technical director, James Key, from the launch has raised eyebrows in the F1 world. What are your thoughts on Stella's statements on the car launch? Let us know in the comment section below. And that's it for today, guys. Award us with a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more amazing Formula 1 content. Why am I doing an accent now? Who's to say? Will I be doing an accent in the next video? And that's it for today, guys. Award us with a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more amazing Formula 1 content. And why am I talking in an accent? Who's to say? Will I be talking in an accent in the next video? No. Thanks for watching.